Hey everybody, Comman1701 here to give you guys another video. Another video diary, that is. Number 6, to be exact. So, hope you guys enjoyed last week's, well, last week, according to you guys, 5 minutes for me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed last week's video diary, focusing on heartbreak, where I discuss, recent developments in my life and someone that I got close to and was building a really solid relationship with, and all the repercussions that happened afterwards, and how I dealt with heartbreak, and what I was going through and how I was feeling and all that. But this week's going to be focusing on commitment, which is an interesting topic that I recently learned about just yesterday at therapy, and something that I'm going to be working on and going over in this video. So it was going to be focused on therapy, but I wanted to switch it up, and that will be next week's video, which at the time of recording will be posted. I don't know. The timing of these videos are all over the place since I am recording in bulk tonight. I've already recorded 2 videos, and this is the 3rd video of the night that I'm recording, and yeah, my mind's a little all over the place. It is currently 1:45 a.m. So, without further ado, let's get into the topic of today's video diary: commitments. So, within like the last 5 years, I have really realized that I don't commit to things very good. Especially looking back at how long it's taken to me to really commit to getting a driver's license, which I am still having trouble committing to, but we're going to kick it into high gear this weekend. And, I'm really going to go for that driver's license and taking my driver's test finally, which I have been putting off for 6 years. I have continuously gotten my permit at least 7 times now, I'm pretty sure, which is crazy. At least once a year, 2 if you consider this year as well, bleeding into sometime next year. But I have gotten my permit at least 7 times. And I have gone driving. I've drove with my grandpa a ton. I've drove with my dad a little bit. I have drove with my sisters a little bit. I've learned to park and turn with my mom. And yeah, so I've learned driving with a ton of people. And then, as you saw last year in a lot of my videos, I was driving. And I would have, a passenger, but for most of 2024, I was driving my car on my own, and I was getting really good. I even drove on the E-Way, all of that, and I still didn't commit to the driver's test. And, last year I also got my puppy Rocky, and I didn't really commit to being a pet owner that well, because I would go to work for 10 to 8 hours a day. He'd be left with my mom, and I would only have like a few hours until I had to go back to bed when I got off work. And I literally, I spent a lot of time with my puppy, but at the same time, I did not. And I didn't really commit to the responsibilities and the idea of being a pet owner. I thought it'd be just easy, easy going, and I did not. And I feel really bad, that my mom had to take all that responsibility for Rocky. And, I feel really bad for being kicked out of the house and not there, taking care of him. I mean, during the 10 months 9 months where I wasn't doing anything, I wasn't working, I was staying home all the time. I was with him every day. You know, I did what I could. I took care of him. I let him outside. I cleaned up his poop. I did all these things. I gave him baths monthly, sometimes, you know, bi-weekly. And, you know, I was taking care of him. I was being a good pet owner. But at the same time, I wasn't committing to finding a job. Like, my commitment to finding a job, getting a job, I just was lacking. I wasn't putting in applications. I would spend maybe a couple weeks putting in applications, and then I just wait around for a couple months, couple weeks, put in an application, wait around a couple months, and then I eventually just stopped. And I wasn't having any luck or anything. And, you know, I've just realized that I'm really bad at commitments. And, you know, I'm realizing that instead of saying I have to, I should start saying I want to, I need to, for things that I need to commit to. Like, I want to and I need to get my driver's license. I want to and I need to save up for a car. I want to and I need to save up for supplies and building a room in the basement at my mom's and moving back in. These are all things I don't necessarily have to do. These are things that I need to want to do, if that makes any sense, you know? And they are things that I want to do. These are things that I need to do. I mean, building a room in my mom's basement is not necessarily, it's kind of in a gray line, but these are commitments I need to stick to, that I want to stick to. And, you know, I realize in the past, like, you know, with making plans and, like, doing things with family or friends, making plans and then not committing to them and kind of just ghosting people and not talking to them or getting back to them about anything. I realized that I've had issues with that. A lot of things blur the lines, though, because a lot of it had to do with social anxiety with, like, other things that I wouldn't commit to. And, you know, that kind of blurs the lines of things. But, you know, pretty much the big thing about, you know, commitments is that, you know, these are things that you'll want to do and you need to do. That's what you need to tell yourself. Not everything is a must-have to do, you know. Choose the things that you want and need to do is pretty much the big takeaway from this video, and that's why I'm saying it so much. This one probably won't be as long as the video diary because I'm pretty much getting to the ending here. But yeah, I've struggled with commitment a lot, especially in my adult years, being 18 and older. I've just realized that I haven't, you know, done the best at committing myself to certain things in my life, and, you know, that's a big change that I want to sort out. I wanna be more committing to plans, responsibilities, life goals in my life. Life goals in my life. What the okay. But you understand what I'm trying to say. And I hope, like, you know, you guys kind of picked up some thing from this video. But, like, that's just my biggest advice. Don't look at things as you have to do them. Look at things as you want to and that you need to do. That's the biggest takeaway. That's the biggest advice that I've learned about commitments, responsibilities, things of those nature. So that is pretty much all that I have for this video diary. I think I might just record the next one later on and not not after this one. I'll save that for like next week or something, or you know, whenever. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did take away something from this video. I hope it was somewhat helpful, and I hope you guys were okay with me blabbing about my commitment issues. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. And I will see you guys in the next video, whatever that may be. Maybe a video diary, maybe a vlog, maybe a challenge, maybe something. I have no idea. My scheduling and ideas for videos and what I want to record is all over in my head. So that's it for this video. Yeah, that's it. I was literally about to repeat myself about subscribing and all that, but we're going to end it there. See you guys next time. It's all over.